Part 2. The second call. It was 3 months later when the second call came. By then, I had almost convinced myself that the first message meant nothing. Life had swallowed me whole, as it often does when you're in your 40s and the days blend together like overexposed photographs. But grief, regret, unfinished business, they don't disappear. They wait. And that second call arrived on an evening that felt strangely familiar. Same kind of quiet, same lonely hum of the refrigerator, same aching tiredness in my bones after work. The phone vibrated on the kitchen table. Same number, same cold digits, same feeling spreading through my chest, the one I didn't want to acknowledge. This time I answered. For a moment I heard nothing, just a breath, soft and hesitant, as if the caller was gathering courage. Then the woman spoke. Her voice was steadier than before, but still carried the weight of something fragile. My father's name was Michael. Michael. The name hit me like someone had dropped a stone into water, and the ripples spread through every part of me. Michael. A name I hadn't spoken aloud in nearly 18 years. A name I had tried to forget and failed over and over. We weren't just childhood friends. We were brothers in everything but blood. We grew up side by side, scraped knees, stolen bikes, endless summers, secrets whispered under blankets. We knew each other's dreams, mistakes, fears. We planned futures that had no space for being apart. And then life happened. A fight, stupid, emotional, unnecessary, but big enough to build a wall between us. After that, the silence grew. Years passed, then decades, and now, his daughter was calling me. I didn't know whether to speak or to hang up. My throat felt tight, like something inside me wanted to escape but couldn't. The woman continued, carefully choosing her words. He passed away last winter. I closed my eyes. Grief didn't hit like a blow, it came slowly, like cold water rising, inch by inch, until you realize you're drowning. He was gone. Not just lost, not just distant. Gone. The woman paused, then said, My dad talked about you, a lot, even at the end. I felt my chest tighten. I opened my mouth to ask something, anything, but she kept going, almost as if she had rehearsed this moment many times. He spent years trying to find you. Her voice cracked slightly. He wrote letters, dozens, but he never sent them. I gripped the edge of the table. Letters, dozens, for me? The room suddenly felt too small, too quiet. What had he written? Why? What did he want to say after all these years? The woman seemed to sense my shock. I found them after he died, she said softly. In a small metal box under his bed. He kept everything. Your photos, your notes, even an old movie ticket with your handwriting on it. My stomach twisted. Memories I had buried beneath work, bills, obligations, they surged upward, hitting with unexpected force. We hadn't spoken in nearly 2 decades, and yet he had kept everything. The woman's voice grew even quieter. I think he wanted to apologize, but I'm not sure for what. I knew exactly what for, but I wasn't ready to go there, not yet. She continued, I'd like to meet you. I think it's what he would have wanted. I swallowed hard. A meeting. A chance to see the letters. A chance to understand what happened to the boy I once knew. The man he became. The regrets he took to the grave. I told her yes, and I meant it. In that moment. But then life. Life did what life always does. It placed itself between me and the things that mattered. A work project. A minor health scare, a leaking roof, a birthday I had to attend, a sudden wave of laziness, a fear I pretended not to feel. I postponed the meeting. Once, then again, weeks slipped into months. The woman eventually stopped calling, and though I tried to ignore it, a new kind of silence settled inside me, heavier, older, filled with things unsaid. Some part of me knew I had just repeated the same mistake twice. I had ignored the second call, not by hanging up, but by running away. But life has a cruel sense of timing. It knows how to wait. It knows how to circle back. And when the third call came, the one without a phone, the one I could no longer avoid, it would change everything.